I think it's recording. Just grab myself a cup of coffee and ready for this beautiful chapter number 2 or episode 2 in the series of resign, just resign, but no thank you very much because you're not losing. You can actually draw. And what is striking here, again, my friends, is that we're talking about elite chess players. The blunder in the last seconds being self convinced in the most hypnotic way that actually they've lost. So here, white is Anish Giri in 2019 versus Sam Shankland. So they played the game, they came to this position. Anish was convinced he wins, Sam was convinced he loses. But in fact, it's a draw. Crazy. So the self hypnosis, if I may say that, as a poetic license, is based on the fact that Sam knows that the Black Knight is completely compromised. Let me highlight the squares. Knight is trapped. We could say that one. The knight on the rim, that guy is completely paralyzed, can't move. When you move, you're going to lose it. Cool. So that's quite despondent for Black, right? And also, probably Sam thought before prior his resignation that he won't be able to touch any of the white pawns because bishop goes to c5 and that's it. You ain't gonna do nothing about taking that guy. So what's the point? Then the king's gonna take the knight, the king's gonna march over and take the b7. But hold your horses. White can't take the pawn on b7, which would be crucial for white to win because we know that king and bishop cannot deliver checkmate. You need one of these pawns to promote in order to checkmate. But in order to promote the white pawn on b6, you need to make sure the b7 had disappeared. How do you capture that pawn? You cannot. And there is only one correct move for black to play here and ensure the draw. And that is, you can pose it because it's very counterintuitive stuff, but upon meditating, you're going to find the right way to play it. So there is two tendencies you should have here. One of them is the correct way to play, the other one loses. The correct way to play is ensuring your king touches base with c and b. And the correct move is king d6. This is how you actually draw. King d6. You're going to make your way to c and b, and you are going to get stalemated. Let's prove it. And of course, you can play with this position at your convenience, guys. Use any platform, any engine, software, coach, advising club players, and you're going to come to the same conclusion. So let's say now that the white king goes to grab the black knight, right? I mean, makes sense. So we've established you can't take any of those guys. So let me just go. Okay, king captures. I'm going to go c. All right, so again, the bishop can't touch the b7. Not in a billion years. Oh, no, not in an eternity, because it's conditioned to move only on dark square. So therefore, this guy on b7 can't be touched by the bishop. I'm going to move something. So now, obviously, can't move here. I'm going to go b. I think it's more than enough to draw. And now if you say, well, I'm just going to go closer with the king to grab the b7. No, you're not. Why? Because now I've got only one square to play with a king, a8. What do? What does white do? Either pushing this guy, it's not going to make any progress. It is not possible to do anything to modifying and to winning. If you play the bishop here to f4, well, that's just a stalemate. If you move the king, that's just a stalemate. If you play king to c8, if you play king d8, I'm going to go b8 again. How are you going to win? Tell me again. Bishop f4. Okay, let me play it. What's the deal with white? How are you going to make any progress? Stalemate. That's it. Drawn. Unbelievable. At the highest level, this kind of errors could occur. Again, I think it is. So this kind of self-hypnosis, miscalculation, probably is based on the fatigue, but also on you diminishing the chances for drawing here because something has been misevaluated. And I think, so this is the second video, guys. Please go check the first video as well as from a real game. and also the grandmaster was supposed to be drawing in that situation. So have a look at this series. So again, if you want to investigate with other takes here, please do feel free to. The move that actually loses for black is if you go. So hold on a second. Whoa, whoa, wait. Let me just go back to the initial one. So this one draws, guarantees the draw for black. The move that actually loses for black now is that if you go kind of like into, you want to go as an instinct, you want to keep closer to your guy here on b7, and if you go c6, so that's you actually how you lose. Why? Because actually now the white king plays e6. What does that mean? You cannot move now, unfortunately. You can't move here because check, illegal. You can't play here because king just stops you. And then again, I need to kindly remind you guys that the black knight can't do a damn thing being on a rim. So this is actually how you lose with black. So you mustn't play this. You won't be able to get stalemated. The only way to get stalemated is simply king to d6. Voila. As they say in French, of course, you guys know French, Italian, Spanish. You know these languages, right? So, stalemate, draw, don't minimize your chances. Clarity required until the very end of the position. I know easier said than done, guys. And now I'm going to be pausing it here. I hope that is revelatory to any extent. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, please, guys. Share this video if you think it's useful, and appreciate very much your presence here, my dear friends. Be good and be wise.